Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. All right, chat. We are back. First and foremost, man, I want to welcome y'all back to the chat, back to the live stream. It means a whole lot to have y'all here for real. For real, man. If you tapped in, it's your first time tapping in. If you've never been here before, I want to introduce myself. My name is Cloudy Wingz, CLOUDYWINGZ. Go ahead and type it into Google. I do all kind of different stuff, man. Make all type of little content. I do have a YouTube channel with 80,000 subscribers. So if you like what I'm talking about here, go check out some of my lifestyle vlogs on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. Now, what we had to talk about today is a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So, but I hope y'all enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all really soak it up and enjoy what I'm talking about here today, because I feel like it's something that that everybody's gonna get to resonate with, if that makes sense. You know, I feel like it's a wide range of people that's gonna feel what I'm talking about today. So whether you're tuning in live or you're watching a replay, I just want to take this moment to kind of connect with y'all. You know, if that makes sense, not just through the screen, you know, but on like some deeper shit. You know what I mean? Like a deeper level. And one thing we all got in common, because, you know, we all come from different places. We come from different backgrounds. We're all different colors, different races, different ethnicities, different religions, you know, and all that stuff, you know, different upbringings, and all that kind of stuff is what shapes us to be who we are today. And so I really want to take this moment to kind of connect with you. And, you know, we all navigating this journey we call life, right? And sometimes it helps to pause, reflect, and just be together. You know what I'm saying? Just be together. So all we need is just a little bit of unity in this space. You feel what I'm saying? So thank you for taking time out of your day to come join me on this live, man. I really and truly appreciate it. I really and truly appreciate it. So, as we start, man, I kind of want to let y'all in on something. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to truly and genuinely connect, right? And when I say connect, I'm not talking about the nigga with the weed. I'm not talking about, you know, when you meet Shorty down the street and y'all connecting in the bedroom. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about, you know, Wi-Fi. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about what it truly means to truly connect, you know, and not just on a surface level, but in a way that resonates with your heart and your mind, or I should say our hearts and minds. In a world that all the time kind of feels chaotic, sometimes it even feels like distant. You know, you like some people it's out there you would never know, but they're the loneliest people on this earth. But you would never know it. But that's because they feel distant with the world around them. You know, and it can be it can be real easy to forget, you know, that we're all going through something. You know, we each have our own story, our own struggles, and our own moments of happiness and pure joy, right? And some of us have never actually felt pure joy. Some of us think we have because something on the TV or something else told us that was something you should feel joy about, like materialistic stuff. But I promise you, that's not pure joy. You understand what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with materialistic stuff. There's nothing wrong with being just a little bit materialistic. But when you become all the way materialistic or a lot materialistic, then it becomes a problem. But at the core, I feel like we're all searching for some type of meaning, some type of understanding. And I think, real talk, everybody on this earth wants some sort of peace. No matter where we're at in life, you could be the most ruthless killer on the block. You could be, a dude who's married, happily married with a wife, you know what I'm saying? Or unhappily married. You could be anybody on this earth, man. You could be a youngster just trying to find your way in the world. Everybody wants peace, man. Peace is worth more than so many things that we put value on. So many different things. So I invite y'all to, take a deep breath and kind of take what I just said in, kind of let it, kind of soak it up, like a sponge, man. On the same note, I want to encourage you to reflect for a second. I want to I want to encourage you to think about the things that are really weighing on your heart right now. What's been on your mind? Maybe it's a challenge you're facing. Maybe it's just a feeling of wanting something more from life. Whatever it is, I want you to know that it's perfectly fine feeling like that. Perfectly fine with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's so because I mean it's so easy to look around and feel like everyone else has everything figured out, but the truth is we're all trying to figure it out as we go. All of us. No matter how much money you got, how much fame you got, there's still challenges in life. Life don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Life don't get easier just because you got money. Let me tell you that. You might got a different set of problems, but that don't mean life is easier. You might not have to worry about the other set of problems that some other people might have to worry about, but that don't mean life is easier. You know. And yeah, I'm not just talking out of my ass. I've played with some money before. I've lost a lot of money before. I've seen a lot of money before. I've blown a lot of money before. Young and dumb with a lot of money. So and back then I was buying up stuff and chasing certain things because I thought that was happiness, right? And it really wasn't, you know. But at the same time, there's really no like roadmap to any of this stuff. So you're gonna make your mistakes, but then you're gonna figure it out. And sometimes it's in the uncertainty, like when you don't know shit, that we find our strength. You know what I mean? You figure out like, damn, what the fuck am I gonna do? And then all of a sudden you stumble up on something like a skill, or you see something that motivates the fuck out of you, and then that becomes your being, or you master that skill. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where we find our strength in the difficult times. That's really when we grow the most. So if you never been through no struggle, like no serious struggle or no real struggle or no character building struggles, are you really living? I ask myself all the time, like, there's a lot of really wealthy kids out here who don't even realize they're wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Or their parents haven't really made it be known, but they don't want for nothing. They never had to want for nothing. Two-parent household, never had to go do anything that they didn't want to go do. Some of them may have trust funds and never have to work a day in their lives or never have to hustle a day in their lives. And that's cool. But I guess you will grow in other ways. But me personally, I'm thankful for so much stuff that I went through, because it made me who I am. It made me, even the street stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like it made me have a little bit of sense of street smartness. You know, I'm not obviously not in the streets no more. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm all the way fully legit. I've been a business owner since the age of 21. I've been a business owner since like 2009, 10, you know, so my struggles are a little bit different, but at the same time, and my struggles are somewhat the same too. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter what level of finances or quote unquote life you're on. You know, we all have struggles, right? But it doesn't mean that you're not on the right path. It just means that you human, my nigga. Like you just a real person. You know what I'm saying? You a human being, and that's something. And that's something that you can really look into and be like, damn, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? I'm living, I'm breathing, and shit. I might be struggling, but nigga, who don't? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you was dead right now, you wouldn't be struggling. You might be struggling to breathe, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally about it. You know what I mean? But so I really just kind of, just please know that whatever you're going through right now, whether you're feeling lost, tired, overwhelmed, you will figure it out. Okay? You will figure it out. Man, shout out Old Times 99, man. I appreciate the follow, my guy. My dog or lady guy or lady, I'm not sure, but I appreciate the follow, man. For real, for real. Means a lot to me. So, with that being said, obviously, like, I know you guys see me on this screen, and you're like, oh, he's just a Twitch streamer talking shit or whatever. Like, obviously, like, I might be a little bit different because you can actually go Google me. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cloudy Wingz, Cloudy. You can go CloudWyWingz. You can go type that into Google. I'm sure a few things pop up. There is a space between the Y and the W. Just letting you know. So it's not like how my name is on Twitch. But yeah, you go type that in. You can see a couple of things I do. You go watch my YouTube channel, which is fairly new. But I already have 80,000 subscribers, but it's fairly new. And I've had struggles with social media, like on Instagram, I was up 10,000 people, lost that Instagram because at one point Instagram was just taking people's accounts for some weird reason. Same on TikTok. I think I was right at the cuff of 10,000 followers. TikTok, same thing. Took my TikTok. And I think you need like 10,000 followers to start making money on TikTok. So it was a bummer. It sucked. But, it's trials and tribulations. We're here now. And that's why I appreciate every follow, every comment, every whatever. Because maybe I would have took it for granted if that never happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know why something's happening to you, why your struggle is your struggle. And we'll get into my own struggles. We'll get into my own struggles in more detail later. But I got a lot of stuff planned for this Twitch channel. So please stay tuned. Be on the lookout because it's coming. And I promise y'all, you guys are going to love it. So speaking of struggles, I've had my own challenges. There have been moments where I felt, I guess you could say, completely out of place in life. Or unsure if I was heading in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned that those moments they don't mean, oh, you're going to be in this moment forever. They don't mean, oh, you a bum. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you guys have heard the stories. Most billionaires never went to college. Most multimillionaires have dealt with serious struggle before they got there, serious failure before they got there. But so it's kind of what we do in those moments, the way we choose to show up. You know what I'm saying? It's like Allen Iverson, right? They said that Allen Iverson would never go to practice, right? But he felt he was good enough to he didn't really need practice, or he would just practice on his own time, come to the court and kill it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of what you do in those moments. Like, he had the world against him simply because he didn't go to practice, and obviously he had some off court dealings and stuff like that too. But every time he came to the court, he showed up and he showed out. You know what I mean? So it's kind of about what you do in those moments, the way you show up. You know, the way you keep moving forward, that shapes who you are, but it also shapes who you're gonna become. So I want to ask right now, what's something small that you can do for yourself today? That's what I want to know. I want to know what's something small that you could do for yourself today. It doesn't need to be like a big change. It doesn't need to be, some like super grand scheme or gesture or whatever. Just something like kind to you, like self-loving to you. Something that brings you, back to yourself, kind of just grounds you. Maybe it's taking a moment to breathe, man. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes, man, like when you're a hustler and you're out here chasing a dream, or you're out here trying to be somebody in life, and Lil Wayne said it the best way. Like, when you're out here trying to be somebody more than what you see in the mirror every day, sometimes you need a breather. Sometimes it's imminent that you get a breather. Sometimes it's important that you get a breather. Maybe it's reaching out to somebody you care about, who you ain't talked to in a while, or who you fell out with. Those happen. That's happened to me before. It could be just allowing yourself to rest. Maybe you've been working your ass off, busting hella shifts all week or weekend, and you don't even realize it, man, but you're running on E. And you might be, short tempered with everybody. You might be hungry all the time. You might be, just feeling like shit, man. Maybe maybe you need to allow your body and your mind to rest for a second. To not be productive just for a second. Just for a second, collect your thoughts, collect your business plan, collect your blueprint, collect your, write your goals down, new goals. See which goals you've already accomplished. Go down the list, right? You kind of just sometimes have to give yourself permission to just be, to just exist for a second. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't. You're not gonna lose everything because you took a rest for a few hours. Don't make it a few days. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But a couple hours, man. A couple hours a week. Dedicate something to maybe it's a hobby. Maybe you need to go find a hobby that you love doing to kind of bring your passion out in other ways so that you can blossom in other ways as well. That is something that happens frequently, more frequently than you would imagine. That's how people get burnt out. That's how people, they have heart attacks, or they end up dying from natural causes, and they're not even that old. Stress, man. Burnt out. Running on E. That's exactly how that happens, man. So, and I kind of wanted to touch on that because I know I don't know y'all personally, right? I don't know you guys personally, but I feel like it's almost a duty to share the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained over the years. And I'm not the wisest person in the world or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I have been through some shit. You know what I mean? And there's people who have been through worse shit than me. but the things that I've gone through have just kind of put a lot on my mind. They over the years they kind of, have it took a while for me to realize how to be a positive person, for instance. Back in the day when I was a youngster, like I was just consumed by so much negativity that I didn't really even realize it. I was consumed by so much negativity and just the influences around me and the way I was thinking, that I wasted a lot of time being a negative person. So I like to try to, spread positivity whenever I can. Like I remember the other day, actually it was yesterday. Matter of fact, what am I talking about the other day? Yesterday I was I live right next to a river, and it's January, so it's not really warm outside in most areas. I don't live in Miami, you know what I'm saying. I don't live in Florida, you know what I'm saying. But it's not really warm outside in most areas, man. I don't live in Cali, so there was a dude outside fishing, and I saw something years ago that was like, try talking to strangers more and see how it changes your life. So I've been living by that motto for a while now. Sometimes when I'm shopping, waiting in line on something, might be a guy next to me. We have a quick little chat, man, and it might turn into something else. I've met people like that, done business deals with people like that, all kind of stuff, man. And there was this guy fishing outside, and man, it was just him. It was just him. He looked like he was just having a blast. Like he was really content and just peaceful, man. And I almost didn't even want to say anything because he looked so peaceful. Let alone like when you're fishing, like you don't want to be loud just because the fish, you can scare away the fish, yada, yada, yada. But, I spoke to him anyway. And I was just like, hey, any luck? And it led to a cool little conversation, man. I got to learn about this dude and he got to learn about me, and we chopped it up for a second. And I'm sure if I ever see him again, we'll probably have another conversation that could lead to something. So, and obviously he lives in the same area probably, you know what I mean? But it just felt good to be able to have like a quick little connection with another human being. And it made me feel less lonely for the whole day. So I stress this, I'm probably not stressing this enough, but talk to strangers, man. Talk to strangers, man. You'll be surprised how much stuff you learn, especially older strangers. Especially older strangers, man. You'd be surprised how much stuff you learn, man. And I have some regrets in life, not being as friendly to strangers as I should have, or could have, or would have, or whatever, right? But can't take it back now, so I do it now, you know. So, how about after talking about that, I feel like we should take a deep breath on three. One, two, three. Exhale slowly and let your shoulders relax. Right? Let go of the tension you might be holding on to. With each breath that you take, try to feel more centered, more present. Feel your body on whatever you're laying on right now, whatever you're sitting on right now. Kind of try to feel your body in it. And if you can close your eyes right now, close your eyes. If you're in public, don't close your eyes. I don't condone closing your eyes in public because you just never know what can happen. But this moment right here, when you breathe, take that deep breath, it's just for you. Not for me, not for anybody else. It's just for you. You don't need to worry about anything else when you take that deep breath. However long that deep breath lasts, maybe it's 3 seconds. But use it as a time to feel nothing but peace. Okay, so before we continue, I do just want to take a few minutes, just take a few minutes to kind of just be still. I know life can get loud and chaotic out there. So let's kind of create a little space of calm together, a little space of relaxation, a little space of tranquility. whether you're sitting, standing, laying down. If you are at home and you're in a safe space, close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. So let's take a second, man, and I'll be right back. Testing, testing. All right. So I hope everybody had a good intermission. You grabbed a couple of snacks, you know, whatever the case may be. So I can't remember where we were at, but I do remember this. You know, sometimes we kind of forget how powerful it is to be just kind of like present in our own lives, to stop focusing on everything we need to do in life or where we want to be at, and just kind of appreciate the moment we're in right now. You know, because it's in these small pauses that we find clarity, perspective, and most importantly, peace. Um, so I want you to think for a moment about the growth you've experienced in your own life. It doesn't matter how big or small it seems, every step forward is worth celebrating. You know, like I said before, the small wins are more important than the big wins, because the small wins are how you got there to the big wins, you know? Um, and I'm sure you've learned something through every win, but I'm more than positive you've learned more through every failure and every loss. And you're wiser and smarter and more knowledgeable because of it. And you're capable of doing so much more than you even realize, man. Even if you're doing bad stuff with your life right now, you're capable of doing so much more than you realize. Um, so with that being said, I just want I kind of want to end today's stream with a reminder. And that reminder being, you are a work in progress. Okay? Um, and that's a beautiful thing. Like there's nothing wrong with being a work in progress, right? Um, so keep showing up, even on the hard days. Keep believing in yourself, even when it feels like the world is telling you not to. You are not alone, and you ain't done. Okay? You ain't done. So I just want to say thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here, and thank y'all for taking this time for yourself, first and foremost, taking this time for yourself. Um, and if you and I'm grateful for everything, that we shared, like this time we shared right now. I'm grateful for that, and I want y'all to know that, even like all the time. And if you ever need to remind yourself that you're not alone, just come back to the chat, man. Just tap in with me, man. I'll be going live at random times right now, but here pretty soon I'll have a schedule, and you guys will know when I'm going live. um So yeah, just come back if you ever need a reminder, if you ever need motivation or inspiration. I'm gonna be right here, and together we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep doing this thing called life, and um, one second at a time. And with that being said, before I do end the live, I want to remind y'all that your intuition will let you know when your soul is ready to level up. If that makes sense. Let me repeat that. Your intuition will let you know when your soul is ready to level up. So now is probably the best time to let go of the older version of you and get ready for the best version that you've ever seen of yourself. Until next time, y'all, take care of yourself, man. Self-love is important. Be kind to yourself. And remember, you are that nigga, dog. I'm just playing. You're enough, man. Just as you are. Straight like that. It's your boy Cloudy Wingz, CLOUDYWYNGZ, signing off. Peace.